When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, homegain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to homegain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to homegain.com. Use their home sale maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange home gain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's homegain.com. HOMEGAIN.com. Check them out today.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
WilliamGheen.com, ALIPAC.us. He heads up American for Legal Immigration PAC, the biggest in the country, and the No Compromise Group. A month ago, here on the show, he outed what is well known in Washington. They're not even making an issue out of this with the anti-free speech, pro-open border, anti-Second Amendment Supreme Court nominee, Elena Kagan. But that's how they bribe them. That's how they extort them. That's how they compromise them. Look what they do in their bedrooms, their issue. Though I don't want to look at Elena Kagan. It makes me physically nauseous. So does looking at these other people, just because they're such, demonic tyrants. He outed Lindsey Graham, and then Lindsey Graham, and Mr. Gheen has also worked in Congress, suddenly backed off open borders, suddenly backed off carbon taxes, suddenly apologized for health care, because they were bribing him the whole time. They were extorting him, clearly. I guess bribe's not the right word. It's a reverse of that, blackmailing him, and a big weight lifted off of Graham. Because now if they come out and out him in the mainstream media, it's only going to point out that they knew all along. So these people just need to come out of the closet so they can't be blackmailed. That's why it's wrong to have this going on up there in Washington. But that's a separate issue. I wanted to talk to him about the fact that Specter has fallen. Senator Robert F. Bennett of Utah has fallen. J.D. Hayworth has come from 20 points behind to, in most polls, a dead heat with McCain, and some polls now passing McCain. We've got until late August for the Republican primary in Arizona. That is a key fight. We have Rand Paul, who is for border security and sovereignty, trouncing the neocon candidate. So in Kentucky, very, very exciting. And we're going to have open phones for John, Tim, Steve, Jason, and others who are patiently holding today. And there's new news out here. Mexican pirates attack American fishermen. San Antonio Express News. In fact, we'll put that up on screen. Here it is out of the San Antonio Express News. Pirates, again, plying the waves of Falcon Lake. Mexican president rebukes U.S. law at White House, says Arizona immigration law is forcing our people to face discrimination. So his people in America. Can you imagine if we had an American president with 30 million people in Mexico saying, my people, you better do this, telling us what to do in America? And to the point of Hispanic students, that later came out, they were Hispanic, 3 of the 5, can't wear American flags in San Francisco shirts because it's so upsetting to the people that see themselves as Mexican citizens so much, 200 miles from the border, that they become enraged, and all over the country, illegals, every time they have big rallies, pulling down American flags at post offices and police stations and at businesses while the cops sit there sucking their thumbs. So we're going to discuss all of this today. By the way, Speaking of the San Antonio Express News, give me a document cam shot of this, please, boys. Texas film incentives mainly are benefiting Austin, Dallas. And this is from last year. This is from 11/28/09, or in November of last year. And it has the head of the Texas Film Commission. This is run by Perry, but the head of the commission itself saying we are funding Machete. Now, we called the film commission, this race war film, last Thursday before we published our article. It was in the Washington Post, Drudge, and other publications. We got 3 million, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 million additional readers from that one story. 3 million. Very, very exciting on that. And that's not counting all the thousands of sites that copied our story. And the headline was, Racist Film Machete funded in part with taxpayer funds. The governor's press secretary then called and wrote to us and said, well, it is in the queue to be funded, but we haven't funded it yet. I then pulled up that the way it works is they agree to funding at the beginning after they've seen the script. And then there's a final review. So that's a lie from Rick Perry. And I tell you, it's too bad there isn't a better candidate against him. I wish Medina would have won. But he is a patriot in name only. But it says in this article, Texas film incentives are mainly benefiting Austin, Dallas, and I have other articles that say the same thing. Austin was also the site of the production of the Rodriguez-directed movie Machete. The project was announced shortly after the film incentives were created, and Higgins said the announcement was symbolic for the incentive program. And that's the Huggins, excuse me, is the head of it. Rodriguez's Austin-based production company, Troublemaker Studios, is also filming the movie Predators, a continuation of the series Predator films in Austin. Then we have another one here out of Slackerwood reporting that Machete is being funded by the Film Commission. So caught lying, and we did add the governor's statement in our article that he sent us. And we need to do another article exposing the fact that there's a cover-up. Rodriguez has his free speech to make this film. He has his free speech to make this film. But you can't then use our tax money for it. I mean, can the Klan get some tax money for a movie? I'm totally against that. Make whatever racist crap you want, Ku Klux Klan, but do not take my money to do it. Just like I don't want to pay for abortions with my tax money. Let's go to William Gheen of ALIPAC. I've thrown out some of the issues we're going to discuss. Good to have you here with us, sir.
Hey, Alex, and I want to thank you again for your coverage on that Lindsey Graham situation. After going through a ring of fire on that, coming on your show, I got such a great response from people that understood what had happened there, understood the heat that I took, and understood that, I'm the guy that hit Lindsey Graham, and he backed away from Obama and Napolitano, giving everybody a little bit more time right now. So I really appreciate that, and I also want to thank you for being so on the mark and on the money about this movie, Machete. I know you get a lot of emails and communications like I do, and I know a lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people are taking action, a lot of people are very focused. But it also seems to me also there's almost like a panic out there. Like there's so many things that are hitting the public at once now, and there are a lot of, confusion and people, almost like some type of state of panic. And when you look at something like Machete, your job and my job at ALIPAC has been bringing people information that a lot of times they don't want to hear it. They don't want to deal with it. They feel powerless about dealing with it. And looking at Machete, knowing what you know about illegal immigration and the people behind it, and me looking at the trailer, knowing what I know about the inner workings behind it, I saw it, and I told people, I said, look, I see a lot of horrific stuff involving machete massacres, decapitated bodies, gang rapes, mass murder, destruction of nations, and it takes a lot to get it takes a lot these days to get my blood pressure up. But when I saw that trailer, and I knew what it meant, I knew that if that movie is like the trailer was created, as it was, created in for the release on May 1st with the message to Arizona, I was like, people are going to die over this film. People will die because of this film, and it was everything I could do to fight the urge to send out a national press release, encouraging all Americans to take all reasonable steps to protect themselves and their families.
Well, let me fill you in. I don't know if you've seen part 2. We did, but after I was contacted by Hispanic members of his crew, I then received the script, and this is directly from his manager's office. His manager didn't give it to me, but it's marked, it's his manager's office copy. It's the official script. It's worse than the trailer. It's worse than the trailer. Have you seen that video?
I've seen the trailer video, but I haven't seen the script. I saw some mention of it, but I apologize with the rush of information.
No, I understand you're busy. Well, let me just fill you in then while we're here.
Okay, great.
The video that's got about 210,000 views right now. I show the script highlighted. It starts with Minutemen killing Hispanics who were then crucified as Christ. Minutemen then murdering Catholic priests, torturing them to death, burning down Catholic churches, which is meant to invoke, good conservative Hispanics to become angry. It shows Minutemen trying to kill Hispanic children. All the white people are racist scum. Attempted assassinations of leaders, and then Machete becomes above Christ and Mary and is worshipped at the end as God, and it turns out he's the hero, Machete Cortez, in the Spy Kids movies, so he's already a kid hero. That was pointed out to me, and I went and watched the films. It's true, so it's a children character. People were watching 10 years ago when the first Spy Kids came out. Now they're adults, so their childhood hero is now killing the evil racist gringo who deserves to die, and it's got race war, battles. I mean, it is incredible.
Well, it's the next step. It's the next encroachment. It's the next level